I was 17 when I learned family isn't a bond, it's a transaction. The realization hit me like a slap on a sticky July morning, my mother storming into my bedroom, clutching a stack of papers and a pen. "Your brother needs a cosigner for his new condo," she said, her voice dripping with forced warmth. "You're perfect for it." I was still rubbing sleep from my eyes, barely awake. "I'm 17, I mumbled. My father's laugh echoed from the doorway. "Exactly. Your credit's clean. Banks eat that up." They spoke like I was a pawn, not their daughter, Maya. I hesitated, my stomach knotting. What if he doesn't pay? My mother's smile vanished, replaced by a glare. "Don't be selfish, Maya. This is family." I swallowed hard. "He already racked up $10,000 on my credit card," I said, voice trembling. That's when the room turned cold. My father's face reddened, his voice booming. "We gave you a roof, food, everything. And you dare act like the victim?" I stood my ground, barely. "You raised me," I whispered, "but I'm not his ATM." That sentence shattered my world. By dusk, I was out, suitcase on the curb, a text from my mother, "If you're too good for us, don't come back." I crashed in my friend Tara's basement for 3 weeks, damp, no plumbing, just a sleeping bag and a flickering lamp. But for the first time, I wasn't dodging their expectations. I worked double shifts at a greasy diner, enrolled in community college, and clawed my way to scholarships. Sleep was a luxury, but freedom wasn't. My brother, meanwhile, posted yacht party photos, his grin mocking me from every pixel. Each post reminded me of the night they chose his comfort over my future. For years later, I was waiting tables to cover gaps in my tuition when they walked in, my parents, dressed like they were untouchable. My mother, in a gaudy necklace, cooed, "Maya, we knew you'd end up somewhere like this." They didn't order. Instead, they slid me a bill, $18,000 for my brother's new SUV. "You owe him," my father said. "You abandoned him." I stared, incredulous. "I was homeless because of you." My mother shrugged. "You seem fine now." That night, I made a promise, they'd never touch a dime of my success. I fought for every step forward, free internships, skipped meals, couch surfing. By 25, I'd built a logistics firm specializing in freight aviation. By 27, I owned my first cargo plane, paid in cash. On the 10th anniversary of my eviction, I flew back to my hometown on that plane. They didn't know it was mine until I stepped onto the tarmac, heels sharp, suit sharper. The town hadn't changed, same faded storefronts, same gossiping neighbors. But I wasn't the scared girl they discarded. I wasn't there for revenge, though. I'd funded a youth center renovation, a haven for kids like the old me, lost, doubted, discarded. The gala was packed, streamers, cheap wine, and my parents in the front row, clueless. When the MC announced, "This project was made possible by Maya Ellison's generous donation," the room froze. My mother's glass slipped, my father's face paled. I strode to the stage, heels echoing like gunshots, and faced the crowd. "I grew up here," I said, voice steady. "I was told I'd fail if I didn't sacrifice everything for people who gave me nothing but ultimatums." My eyes locked on my parents. They were wrong. The applause was deafening, but they sat still, stunned. After, they cornered me. "That was cruel," my mother hissed. "You humiliated us." I smiled. "I told the truth. You threw me out for saying no to debt." My father scoffed. "We're struggling, Maya. The house, our pension's gone. You could help." I laughed, soft but cutting. "You chose my brother's lifestyle over me. You don't get to claim my wins now." They stood there, speechless, as I walked away. But the story didn't end there. 2 weeks later, my attorney delivered a bombshell. Their house, the one they begged to keep, had been foreclosed months ago. My company had quietly bought it through a subsidiary. They had 30 days to leave. It wasn't spite, it was justice. They'd stolen my security at 17, I reclaimed it now. On moving day, they stood on the lawn, bags scattered, staring at the house like it had betrayed them. I didn't. A month later, I returned for the youth center's opening. Reporters buzzed, locals gawked, and my parents lingered at the edge of the crowd, haggard. My mother approached, voice low. "We're sorry, Maya. We're nowhere." I handed her an envelope. Inside was a card, Ellison House for At-Risk Teens, founded by Maya Ellison. "There's a spot for you," I said. "Not as residents, as volunteers. Help someone else for once." My father bristled. "You expect us to work there?" I shook my head. "I expect you to feel what it's like to be invisible." Like I was. As I walked to my car, the crowd's cheers faded. I glanced back one last time. "You taught me survival," I said, "by betting I'd fail." "Thank you." I drove off, leaving them with nothing but their choices. That day, I wasn't just Maya Ellison. I was the girl who turned a slammed door into an empire, proving the abandoned can rise and soar.